Hi, and welcome to Flavor Fancy. I'm Katie, and today we are going to be making a crispy coconut chicken with yellow curried veggies. You will need 5 pounds of chicken thighs, coconut flour, eggs, almond flour, unsweetened shredded coconuts, rice cauliflower, basil, jalapenos, and lime for garnishing. These are all optional. You're going to need mixed veggies. I use carrots, onions, mushrooms, squash, cauliflower, and broccoli. You'll need salt and pepper to season, garlic, coconut cream, chicken stock, yellow curry blend, garlic powder, hot sauce, red pepper flakes, and stevia. A way to elevate your chicken thighs so that they can get crispy on the bottom. A pan big enough to saute veggies, a heat-resistant spoon, a zester, a fork and a spoon, and a knife with a cutting board. You now want to season every step of the breading process, so coconut flour, eggs, and then I added a little bit of Splenda to the almond and coconut mixture, salt, pepper, and garlic. Salt. Then you're going to want to mix them individually. Now this is optional. You can add some hot sauce to the egg mixture because I kind of like the sweet and the heat. Next, add the coconut flour onto each individual piece of chicken thigh. I then put it in the wet egg yolk mixture, and then I put it in the coconut mixture. And it's really easy to keep one hand wet and then one hand dry so you don't get a bunch of clumps everywhere. And so just continue this until all 9 or 10 of the chicken thighs are coated. Bake at 400 degrees for 30 to 40 minutes until it reaches a temperature of 165. Now add coconut oil to a hot pan. Once the oil is hot, add the garlic, and you're going to want to add the veggies at this point. Now you can season the veggies with garlic salt, and pepper, and then give it a good mix. You're going to want to cook the veggies down until the garlic and onions are caramelized. I add the coconut cream at this time, and usually coconut milk is used in curries, but I like the cream. Coconut cream is a 1-to-1 ratio of water to coconut flesh. Coconut milk in a can is 4-to-1 ratio water to coconut flesh, and the coconut milk that you get in a carton is usually a 6-to-1 ratio water to coconut. So the coconut cream has a lot more flavor. I now add 3 tablespoons of stevia to sweeten it up. If you're eating paleo, you can use honey. It's usually about a tablespoon and a half. Next, I add the curry seasoning blend, which you can find at any grocery store down the spice aisle. And just give it a really good stir. You don't want it to be chunky. This next step is optional. I like to add a lot of heat, so I add dried red pepper flakes. And remember, as these rehydrate, they will make it spicier, especially when you let it sit in the fridge. So use it as sparingly or as an indulgent as you want. I also add hot sauce to it, just a vinegar-based hot sauce. Now I let this mixture reduce on medium heat for a few minutes, and then I add 2 cups of chicken broth or chicken stock, whatever you have on hand will work. And I like to use whatever broth I'm cooking with, so I'm making chicken, so I use chicken. But if you're making a beef curry, I would recommend using a beef stock. Now I add the cauliflower rice. You can leave the cauliflower rice on the side and just steam it and then serve it over the rice, but I kind of like one pot things. It makes it easier. Now I leave the pot on low heat until the chicken is done cooking, and I move on to the garnish. A little bit of lime zest and lime wedge go a long way in this dish. I think just that hit of acid makes it beautiful. But again, these garnishes are all optional. I'm a big fan of serving fresh garnishes with all of my meals, just because you get different vitamins and nutrients. And especially when they come out of my garden, like these jalapenos and green and purple basil. For the basil, I just rip off a few leaves. And I wouldn't be a true Colorado native if I didn't roll at least one joint in one of my videos. So you just kind of roll that basil tightly and cut it into very thin strips. This recipe creates about 10 servings with a macro ratio of 67% fat, 7% carbs, and 26% protein. On days that I eat OMAD, I usually double the serving size for myself and triple it for my husband, and then I usually serve it with a salad and a high-fat dressing. With the leftovers, I freeze them in individual portions, and so I have a quick grab-and-go meal of about 600 calories. Leave a comment below with a recipe that you'd like to see me do next, and remember to like and subscribe for more keto recipes. Have a wholesome day!